Yo, what up guys, it's Flark, and I'm bringing to you now a kind of underrepresented spec. This is a Ret Paladin. Am I saying that right? Retribution? Yeah, I don't know. I never see this one out there. Okay, no. Yeah, it's very powerful. Of course, there are better Ret Pallies out there and probably guides out there, but I still get a lot of people asking me to make a guide for Ret Paladin, and I'm always confused. I'm like, why? Me? There's got to be somebody better to do it. But I think these little Orgrimmar trips, this conversational discussion style video guide that I present resonates with certain people, and that's just what they want in their guide. So I think I can oblige that. And I can also do one more thing with this video. I can show how drastically easy it is to get 2100 with this spec, because last week was the BG Honor bonus week, if you guys know what I'm even saying by that. So I decided to get this character geared, and I started gearing it, and then 2 days later I was maxed out 2100 full gear, right? And I was bad still at that. I was bad still at that point. Pre-sync ago, yeah, never heard of it. Like I was just doing damage, right? You just do damage. So if you are, you don't have a lot of time to play this game, you're like, I don't care about all the goodies and stuff. I just really want to try and get a goal this season. Ret Paladin is the spec for you. You can really just do the most damage imaginable in game and push with this. Now, of course, you're not going to get to rank 1. You're not going to beat the best players in the world with that, but you said you only had an hour or two to play. You're not going to be beating them anyway, right? Me neither, okay? So you might as well, play something that really helps with that. So yeah, Ret Paladin is perfect for that. The gameplay footage at the end will show that. I got some funny clips of me going at the end, oh my god, I played that so bad, but we won anyway because I hit him for 50k in a global. Yeah, that's Ret Paladin for you. So without any more introductory nonsense, let me go over the build. So for Ret, you are running these talents. Zeal, faster auto attacks are really good with Aura Reckoning, and they do a lot of damage as a Ret Paladin because everything you does a lot of damage. So Zeal. Blade of Wrath, this is an absolute must. It synergizes with your 4 set. You can see Art of War, absolute must. You'll never swap off this. This is a no-brainer. Generally you use Fist because you're trying to get cross CC with Ret Warrior comps. He wants to Stormbolt the healer while you Hodge the kill target. And the only time that's ever happening is if you have Fast Hammer of Justice, because otherwise they will not pair up at all. So Fist of Justice, that's a no-brainer as well. Here's finally a choice, right? Eye for an Eye is amazing against melee cleaves, of which you will be queuing into a lot of them. But if somehow, there's no physical damage on the other team, you got some wizards, of course you can switch to Unbreakable for more tankiness, or Cavalier for more, mobility. So that's really good against the mages, the frost mages that will be kiting you. And of course you're going to switch to Unbound Freedom with that as well, and we'll go over PvP talents in a second. Divine Perp over Seraphim for sure. You get Seraphim procs from your 4 set. So you already get Seraphim from that, which is fantastic. And then, of course, Divine Purpose is just really good with the playstyle of Necro Ret, because if you have a proc, then you can fire off 2 verdicts in a row. And Vanquisher's Hammer from Necrolord Covenant ability buffs 2 Templar's Verdicts, right? For every charge of this, you're empowering the next 2, right? Because that's what your Legendary does. An additional cast of Templar's Verdict will automatically trigger Divine Storm, right? So the whole purpose is that, purpose, no pun intended, you get a Divine Purpose proc, then you throw a Vanquisher's Hammer at them, and then 1 Verdict, 2 Verdict, and both of them get the Vanquisher's Hammer buff, and you nukify them, right? And so Divine Purpose, really good for that. Of course, you can get a free proc Wog if you're in a lot of trouble. This is extremely valuable as well. It's just a very easy to use passive ability that just cranks damage or even gives you a little bit of self-sustain. But yes, you would run that over the other 2 talents in a row easily. And then Healing Hand, still very good. Wog has been nerfed a lot for Ret Paladin, but the other 2 in the row are not that great, and you'll never run Justicars for any reason, so you still want the extra Wog healing, and you can get that right here. And then finally, Sanctified Wrath. This is an absolute no-brainer. It gives you longer wings, and when you proc wings, this also applies. So this is just the best talent on this row by far. A lot of people were using Final Reckoning for the explosion of damage. Sanctified Wrath gives you an equal explosion of damage while also giving you a ton more sustain and even more proc damage when you get Aura of Reckoning procs. Again, we'll talk about PvP talents in just a second. So Final Reckoning is a fun gimmick, but Sanctified Wrath is better in every way, and I'm sure you, all the rank 1 players, the multi-rank 1 players we queue into, are always running this. So yeah, just every time you spend Holy Power, and you're spending it so much with Divine Purpose procs, with Vanquisher Hammer, with Final Verdict, you are just adding so much extra damage to that global, while increasing the duration of your wings, which just gives you more globals of more damage. Yeah, there's Rep Pally in a nutshell. So I'm gonna take my hands off the keyboard for a second, the mouse for a second. This is the talents that you would run in pretty much every situation. The only thing you would ever choose between is this row right here. So I'll hover that for you guys, and this is your Rep Pally PvE talent setup. Of course, now we'll go to PvP talents like we promised, and I'm gonna do the first thing I'm gonna do is show you the meme. I don't care at all. No, I don't even care about saying, no, I'm not going to get my healer out of CC. I'm just going to kill them all. So that is these 3 PvP talents. If you don't feel like learning anything and you just want to do damage, because again, it's a video game and you got 30 minutes to play it after work and you're tired and you just want to run in and rock somebody's world, here you go. These are the talents that do the most damage possible. Luminescence gives you and your teammates 4% dam. That's beautiful. I mean, that's fantastic. You're going to be healed by an ally all game, so this is just 4% dam. Beautiful. Aura of Reckoning, this is an auto pick. Even when you switch off the all-in burst PvP talents, you're still always going to run this. This is what makes Rep Pally so obscene, because you get that proc wings, right? You get a wings proc, which means you've got your burst cooldown whenever, right? You just proc it. And then you get that Sanctified Wrath like I was talking about when you proc this, and all of a sudden with a Divine Purpose proc, a Wings proc, and a Seraphim proc, you're doing your full burst rotation, but you're doing it when people don't have cooldowns anymore, right? They have to pop cooldowns on your wings. So now you're like, wait, I just popped all my defensives when he pressed wings. Now he just generated a wings from a lottery ticket and he kills me because I don't have anything to press. What am I supposed to press, right? It even starts off your wings proc with a 200% increased damage, will critically strike melee attack. And that's like a 9 to 10k to even 12, 13k hit. So if you are hitting somebody for 13k with a white auto attack and then going into wings, that is now, in a nutshell, what defines Rep Paladin. So even if you're not going to play Rep Paladin, maybe this video helps you understand why the heck do I just die all game and I have no answer for it. It's because you're pressing defensives properly on their cooldowns, and then they just scratched off a lottery ticket and they got 777s, right? And they just got a whole set of cooldowns again that you have nothing for, and that's why they're killing you. And of course, then Mr. Rep Paladin's watching this, aspiring Rep Paladin's watching this guide, pick this talent in every situation. Every single situation. And then Vengeance Aura, it's 12% crit chance. I don't have to tell you why 12% crit chance makes you do more damage, of course. But that is the all-in, I'm going to kill them, I don't care about anything talents. The talents that you would run if you're trying to, make a little bit more of a, an educated decision, make some quality plays here. Of course, you have Blessing of Sanctuary. That's extremely powerful. It takes your healer out of Stun, Silence, Fear, or Horrify. That's a massive amount of CC diminishing return types, right? That's a massive amount of CC types. So you can get them out of nearly anything. Of course, you can stop a stun trap on them, right? From a hunter, you can stop a Hodge on them. You can stop so many things on them. Fears from Holy Priest, Chastise into Fear. Of course, you can stop that as well. And then even that, it reduces the duration of the next few effects by 60% for 5 seconds, right? So if they try, they can't even re-CC out of that. Like, okay, you got it off, but then we put them in another CC, because if it's the same type of CC, then it's completely nothing. It's just pretty much a 0.5 second CC because of the DR plus the 60% reduction. So yes, Blessing of Sanctuary, you would switch out Vengeance Aura for that, of course. And then the other one, you would switch out Luminescence for Unbound. Like, this is kind of like a talent row you would run against a Frost Mage, or maybe a DK with Chains of Ice. Just if you're trying to keep your mobility high, to kite better, to stay on your target. This doesn't just give you an undispellable freedom, but it also increases your movement speed during it by another 30%. You have a conduit for it, that's why I said another. So that makes you fast, it makes you unpeelable, and generally Ret Warrior, when they're trying to run down a target, maybe a healer, maybe they're just trying to become unpeelable, Unbound Freedom is perfect for that. So if you are looking for more of a standard setup, you've got Aura of Reckoning, Unbound Freedom, Blessing of Sanctuary. And if you don't need Unbound Freedom, you can swap back into Luminescence. Blessing of Sanctuary is probably, almost every comp has a stun, so it's probably near an auto-picked for more of a utility-based setup. You can even run Judgments of the Pure as well. If you don't feel like you need Unbound, You can run a setup like this into Hunters, right? Because now you Blessing of Sanctuary his stun, but you can also Judgment of the Pure his trap. Why can you do that? Because it dispels 1 poison, disease, and magic effect they have caused on allies. So if you use this on a hunter, it gets rid of a poison, disease, and magic effect. Well, what's the magic effect? Trap, right? So you press Judgment on the hunter and dispel his trap. That's something that Ret Pallies have for some reason. I'm glad they did this. Of course, you can run that into mages. So watch this. You have a wizard cleave and you no longer need Sank because maybe they don't have a good, reliable stun and you're not super worried about the fear. Now you got this, right? Unbound Freedom for the mage. He's going to try and peel you with all of his slows. He's going to spell seal your freedom. Not anymore. You have Unbound Freedom. It's undispellable. It's movement speed increasing. You're going to be able to stick onto him like glue. And then Judgments of the Pure. Well, what could that be for? Oh, right. Polymorph. Polymorph gets dispelled by Judgments of the Pure because it's a magic effect, and you send your Judgment at the mage, and you dispel the poly on your healer. Unbelievable, right? So those combination of PvP talents that I've talked about are all extremely good. In fact, the other PvP talents for Ret Paladin are really good, but not good enough to outweigh these because I just explained how these talents can fit into pretty much every single comp. Almost everything has a stun, Blessing of Sanctuary. Almost everything has a magic effect you can dispel, Judgments of the Pure. You always want Aura of Reckoning, that's a no-brainer. And if you really don't want these utility talents, I just showed you the perfect PvP talents for damage. So those are the big 5. And hopefully that was clear enough to explain why you want to use those 5 in what situation. And that's all your talents. So screenshot it, look at it, stare at it. Remember this row right here, Cavalier, Unbreakable row, and you're good. For stats, oh, the easiest thing ever. Mastery, Burst, Haste, all great. All great. You can't go wrong with any of those stats. Haste, faster globals, more damage in your wings window. More auto attacks, more pressure, more likely to get off your Aura of Reckoning because you're swinging faster, then your next swing will get off faster, that big 200% swing, and then you'll just have a 6-second window, which of course you want haste for because 6 seconds is a small amount of time, so you want as many globals during that 6-second window as humanly possible. It's very productive with Sanctified Wrath to get as much holy power out as possible during that period because then it explodes more. So haste, great for all those reasons. Mastery, duh. It increases your damage done. Okay. Versatility. Duh. It's versatility, right? And even crit's not terrible, but you're getting plenty from Seraphim and you don't really want to go into it at all. The crit that I have comes from my set pieces and, of course, my badge. So, how do you build your stats? Get as much Verse and Mastery as possible. Throw a few off pieces into Haste. Maybe you put some Haste Mastery on your Legendaries, like I did, to make sure that you have, floating around 25%, 30% Verse is fine. So maybe you sacrifice a little bit of Verse to get your Haste ups to make those globals faster. Of course, you're going to run a badge because it's such a burst-heavy spec, and you're going to use badge during it. But I think I see probably so many people running Insignia because it's just more sustained. And we see how Ret Paladin can get sustained because you can proc an Insignia and proc a wings. But again, I look at the PvP talents I showed you at the beginning. Of course, I want it to be as bursty as possible. But yeah, I should recommend properly that Insignia, maybe it's a little bit more consistent. And then badge is, well, every minute I'm just going to nuke somebody, so I might as well, right? So that's what I use badge for, but both choices are probably fine. Celestial Guidance for the AoE damage on your weapon. You're going to, of course, get your 4 set, and then your Legendaries, that's a no-brainer. Unity, always. Final Verdict, definitely. Final Verdict is so impactful, it makes it do more damage. The Hammer of Wrath reset doesn't really matter, but AoE... ranged Templar's Verdict absolutely does. You can finish people with 20k hits from a range. You don't generally want to if you can avoid it, because you still have the Divine Storm that comes out as a result of your Vanquisher's Hammer. So that's spinning around you, right? So you don't want to be too far away from them or that won't hit, and the Sanctified Wrath won't hit. But remember, Templar's Verdict itself can hit for like 25, 26k. If they're 26k health or even 40k health and you use a ranged Final Verdict and then cleave the people around you, and then you get back to the teammate, now they're the target rather, and they're 10,000 health. I mean, getting a ranged Final Verdict was extremely valuable there. The other reason it's so good, and this is something that is not shown on the Legendary, so this is actually valuable information, you can use it while disarmed. So now, all of a sudden, disarming a Ret goes from completely taking them out of the game because they can't use their main spender to doing nothing. because they can use their main spender and they can use their generators here. Judgment, Vanquisher's Hammer, Wake. These are all usable while disarmed. So now all of a sudden, by equipping this legendary, yes, you get more verdict damage. Yes, you get a ranged verdict, and we explained why that's kind of good. Not all the time, but generally very good. But the most important thing that's not even written here on the legendary, you now can do your full burst rotation while disarmed. So if the other two things didn't convince you, now you understand why this is such an auto pick and why everybody's running it. So final verdict, complete auto pick. Everybody's running it for those exact reasons. Now go to the Covenant. You're going to use Necrolord. Kyrian has fallen asunder now that Necrolord is just so dominant, and it's just so much burst all the time. And conduits, that's pretty easy. Shielding Words, that's a good defensive conduit. Of course, you're running Bonesmith, Plague Divisor. I was going to say you could run Bonesmith because, again, it's so much mastery. But yes, Ret Paladin does an enormous amount of cleave. But really what you're trying to do is one-shot somebody from 50k health, and the Kevin's Oozling and Perma Mastery you get from that, just extremely impactful. If you want to do the nuclear RBG build, though, I would probably say Bonesmith, because remember, Carver's Eye Mastery is so naughty. That's upwards of 600 and 700 mastery in RBGs. I mean, I don't have to tell you why 700 more mastery would be good. I don't have to tell you that. You know why that would be good. You know it because you're smart. Potency Conduits, Virtuous Command, additional holy damage from those abilities. Templar's Vindication, additional Templar's Verdict damage. Okay, we know why that's good. I still use Vanquisher's Hammer pre-nerf. This thing is absolutely disgusting. You can do like 25k hammers. It still hits for like 16k. So a generator that fuels your other damaging abilities, setting up with a 16k hit. Oh my god. Oh my god. What is Ret Paladin, man? You could also use Truce Wake instead. Truce Wake, not nerfed in PvP. Vanquisher's Hammer is nerfed in PvP, that conduit. And you're getting proc wakes, so you're waking all the time, and then you're getting more damage from this this burn that you put on them. So the ones I'm using, though, right now are Righteous Might, Templar's Vindication, and Virtuous Command. Of course, you have Divine Steed Duration. This is great mobility. Echoing Blessings. This is what I was talking about. Blessing of Freedom gives you more movement speed. That is so good with Unbound, so you're going to always run this. I already talked about Shielding Words. So real quick, let's go right down those. Virtuous, Shielding, Righteous, Light's Parting, Templar's Vindication, Echoing Blessings, down to Kevin's. There you go. And that, my friends, is Ret Paladin. So, of course, when you set up, just make sure you've got the 3 Holy Power, and your setup is so naughty because you can just really throw the Judgment, throw the Blade of Justice, get into Wings, throw the Vanquishers, and then you Wake. And look at that, you're getting Wake procs. You see how the Holy Power just goes 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, right? And then once you've used those charges, you get into another charge. So you're just throwing out the Judgment, getting a Blade of Justice, throwing the Vanquisher's Hammer, getting the Wings in, and then Verdict, Wake, Verdict, Wake proc, Verdict, Divine Purpose proc, Verdict, right? Vanquisher's Hammer, Verdict, right? So you just want to fuel up. Remember, never Vanquisher's Hammer back to back. I don't know. There's nobody who needs to be told that, but Vanquisher's Hammer, fuel up your damage, Verdict, Verdict, or Verdict, Wake, Verdict, then get another Vanquisher's Hammers out, Verdict, Wake, Verdict, right? And that's, I guess I just described to you 480,000 damage, and people only have 87k health, so congratulations, you won the game. And now, without further ado, we will go into the exact gameplay of just that, of me saying congratulations, I won the game, and then laughing about how poorly I played it. So if you want to be injected directly into your veins with CR, congratulations, you found the class for that. That is Ret Paladin. I'll see you in the next video. Thing, edge, thing, other thing. One-shotting him for full health. Bye. Bye again. Bye again. Bye again. No, man, don't die. I kind of want to bop him. I bop him, I guess. I trigger this, I don't know. I go over and hunch the Dread. We can win. I can't win, dude. What? Big down. Bubbling this. Big down. Nope. Okay, that was the slowest and oldest thing I've ever done. I'm going to keep that in the YouTube video because it was so funny how long it took me to target this guy and I didn't make my macro yet. That was so funny. I have to put that in the YouTube video. Disc, man. Go Disc. Oh, we got every cooldown. I still have up. Do I need to press? I'm gonna sag him. I kick nothing. I'm really bad, man. I've played this entire game so bad. Oh, we would have won if I didn't play this entire game so bad. Wait, bubbling us? Winnable? Have hodge. Quarter hodge. I played that so bad. Okay. I need to stay mounted. Dodge. Kick that. Or stomp. One-shotting him. Big down. Big down. I'm bubbling this. I'm not even kidding. I'm bubbling this. Big down. Big down. Dude, get the buff. Get the buff. Get the buff. Get the buff. Oh no, I'm stuck in the thing. I can't believe it. I can't believe it, bro. Stop me, man. Big down. Big down. Big down. Dude, I sacrificed myself. I sacrificed myself to win this game, bro. We better fucking win. We better win, bro. He reflected the hex. That's amazing. I'm watching with bated breath, bro. Look at that dam. Look at that dam. He mind controlled the Shaman. He's leaping up top. Oh, shit. Now the Shaman's taking damage. They're both completely fine. What is this? Oh, the double fear. He doesn't have Stormbolt. That's the problem. Shaman walled. It's hype. Oh, no, not the double spear, bro. What if we die? I literally sacrificed myself for them, man. Wait, how did the Shaman die? What the fuck? He just globaled that kid. Okay. Let's go, Dave. Bottom. Judge. Thing. Shield. Trig it. Or stomp. Fuck it, bubbling. Please, man. Got it. Yeah, they're literally all going to be. Oh my god, he's fucking ashen. I'm bubbling this. I don't care. One-shotting their whole team. Bye. Dude. Dude can play at that game, buddy.